Guys, it's churches, graveyards and graves. It's another nice day and you can just see my dog flapping behind me because there's nothing she likes more than rolling on the grass in the middle of a graveyard. Yes, and today we are at St James in Swarkston. So there's a couple of things I want to show you here, and I hope it'll be informative. So here we go. So firstly, we can see St James here, and it's a beautiful little church in a village. It's not open much nowadays. It's only open once a month, but you can see it here, and it's not particularly massive, but it has been substantially extended, and that is what we're seeing here. And you might find that this middle bit is the oldest section, with the tower being relatively old as well. So the origins of this would be medieval, around the 12th century. It then probably got restored around the 16th century, and then this building that you're seeing today is probably again mostly restored in the Victorian period around 1874. So we're right near where there used to be a manor house here, so there would have been some wealthy benefactors. But what I really want to show you is what's in front. So this is known as the medieval cross. Now, sadly, when the Reformation came, a lot of these medieval crosses were broken down, or they took the crosses away. So before you had these wonderful, beautiful graveyards, most people didn't have individual graves. It would have just denoted the site of a burial with this wonderful medieval cross. So you would have known that this was a holy ground, sacred ground, and there would have been people buried here. So this is the south side, and this is without a doubt the place of the old medieval cross, or where the old medieval churchyard was. Now these steps are sometimes called the penitent steps because people would walk up them and maybe pray at the top, ask for forgiveness, things like that, and that's what often these were called. So you can see that these are really worn. This is how I know that this is a genuine penitent steps. You can just tell by the age and the layout of this of these steps. So these are the wonderful penitent steps at Swarkston. But what's on top of it now is a bit debatable. So sometimes the Victorians replaced the medieval cross with what would have been like a sundial. Now there's no sundial on this, you can see that. So that might be the very base of the medieval cross before they broke it off, or it probably is more likely to be where they place some sort of sundial or memorial, because looking at this, it looks like that this was placed a lot later than these steps. So that's really quite interesting. So that tells you something about the origins of this wonderful church. So as I move around, you can see here these fabulous gravestones, and they're all facing in the same direction, which is this way. Guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing this wonderful place of the medieval cross. There's hardly any of the original medieval cross left because they wanted to destroy all aspects of Catholicism and papacy, so down went the crosses, and what's left now is just the penitent steps. But it does show you that this church would have been of medieval origin, and you can also see that they've put something on top of it. Whether it be the remnants of the medieval cross, I don't think it is, or it's more likely to be a Victorian sundial. So they still used them for decorative purposes, but you certainly can imagine that in the medieval times, churches were a real heart of the community. They weren't just like places that you just went to worship as a sideline. They were totally part of everything, your whole life, and people would have brought you know, their offerings here. They would have had markets at the cross and all sorts of things. So it would have been a really interesting place within the community. Well, I hope you've enjoyed hearing that about St James's Swarkston. So there is another video coming up, so get ready. If you like my videos, please like and share them. And I am on Buy Me a Coffee as well, as I trek round all these wonderful, beautiful old churches, and hopefully tell you a little bit of history about them, and, you know, keep their wonderful memories alive. So from Churches, Graveyard and Graves, and my dog, who's I don't know, I'm going to move her, who's flopped on the floor. See you again soon, guys.